What's up guys, Shambles11, and we have just had announced the lineup for November 2018 Games with Gold games, and kicking stuff off will be EA's very own Battlefield 1, available from the 1st to the 30th of November 2018 for absolutely free. Not only can you get your hands on the fairly immersive campaign, you've also got access to all of the wonderful multiplayer goodness. On top of that, the reason this is pretty exciting is, in my opinion, over other games such as your Call of Duties, I find Battlefield are very good at looking after their players. As in, for simply having played this, I got this on launch last year, for simply having played this, I got the entire season pass for free just a couple of days ago. It was emailed to me, and a wonderful offer. I have previously had 2 of the other DLCs as well for free, just for simply playing the game. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of offers and promotions. Undoubtedly in January there will be some sort of deal to get the DLC for fairly cheap, if not free. So this is really quite the AAA title to open up Games with Gold. Fairly impressive stuff. The second half of the Xbox One side of Games with Gold will be Race the Sun. This is a non-stop running game. You have a solar powered craft that, whilst you stay in the sunlight, will zoom along quite fast, as you can see, but as soon as you start hitting shadow or clip objects, then things get rather tricky. The game is procedurally generated, meaning that every time you play it, it will play slightly differently, with indeed entire worlds being changed on a daily basis. This is much faster. It's much more about getting that quick, high thrills, high octane rush, doing those levels over and over to get the best possible runs and the top scores. Not a bad little game, has been out for a while, was originally out on Windows in 2013, came out on Xbox One 2017, is also available on Wii and PS3, PS4 and Vita. On to the 360 side of things, which of course, bear in mind, are still available to play on Xbox One X. We have, going back to right where it began, the first Assassin's Creed game. This will be available from November the 1st to November the 15th for absolutely free. You can see where it all began. More importantly, you can see how much it's just progressed. For all of those who say it's the same game over and over, this really is a game where you do basically the same 5 or 6 things over and over, but it had a real charm about it, a real simplistic approach, and was great fun. It introduced me to the world of Assassin's Creed 1. I'm very biasedly absolutely love. So you can go back, see for yourself just where it all began, see how it all started, and if you haven't played the first Assassin's Creed, just bearing in mind this was essentially a game made from a tech demo. There's not an awful lot to do. You will see most of the things you can do in the first hour or so of gameplay, but it is great to actually appreciate where these things have come from. Also, you can just see how outstandingly amazing the graphics have got on the Assassin's Creed series. I think even Origins is absolutely brilliant, let alone the most recent offering. So going back right the way all these years will really be something I'm quite looking forward to seeing again. The second half of the 360 Games with Gold will be Dante's Inferno. I do believe this is now 9 years old, and what a cracking game this is. One that I think quite a few people may have missed by now, but was certainly beloved by an awful lot of people that played it. Quite dark, quite gritty. Almost a shame this won't be out for Halloween. But this will be available for November the 16th to the 30th, and if you haven't played it, it still plays surprisingly well. I would definitely grab this. It is essentially our God of War, if you like. I'm sure some people won't like that analogy, but that's how I always felt it was when I played it. Very, very dark. You're obviously going through the different layers of hell. Quite gruesome, so I'm having to pick this clip because I don't want to show too much just in case anybody doesn't like it. But I would grab this while you can, as it will be absolutely free. The levelling up, the different combos you learn, and the enormous set pieces alone are worth a look, and it still holds definitely itself well with regards to gameplay. after all this time. Quite an impressive lineup for me in total. I think some of the games of gold have been a bit hit and miss. You've got two absolute classic games here that are definitely worth a play. Assassin's Creed may not hold up as well as Dante's has, but certainly Battlefield 1 is a game I've spent a lot of time on and do recommend. For those who are used to playing the Call of Duties, don't play it like a Call of Duty, because it isn't a Call of Duty. It is a squad-based game. You're going to die a lot, but it is definitely fantastic once you start getting used to those classes. Assassin's Creed, like I say, you'll probably see most of what you want to see fairly quickly, but it's nice to see where it all started. Dante's Inferno, definitely one to jump on.